We're excited to announce the private beta release of HCP Vault Radar. This release was widely discussed in the HashiCorp community after it was announced at HashiConf last year. HCP Vault Radar automatically detects and identifies unmanaged secrets so security teams can remediate issues, and Radar also helps protect code from leaking into public repositories. To talk more about HCP Vault Radar, I'm in the studio with David, who works here at HashiCorp as a technical product marketing manager. Thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome, Jordan. It's great to be here. So it's great to be talking about the new private beta release of HCP Vault Radar. When I've been talking to customers about some of their biggest challenges with security, they all talk about their struggles with remediating workflows when a secret gets inadvertently leaked or discovered in plaintext format. The industry term for this situation is secret sprawl. With HCP Vault Radar, HashiCorp is going to provide a tool to help customers address this top-of-funnel issue, which is the discovery of unmanaged secrets and getting alerted when new secrets are about to become exposed to an unmanaged environment.
I would say most organizations deal with this problem of secrets showing up in unsecure locations, and it happens during the normal course of the development lifecycle. Secrets often leak in collaboration tools, and especially code repositories, which presents a lot of risk to any organization because secrets end up getting introduced directly into lines of code.
Exactly. Security teams have no visibility into how secrets are being used or stored across their organization, or even if the secrets have been leaked. Then it becomes challenging for those security teams to enforce the necessary steps so they can be assessed and remediate them if necessary.
So to my understanding, HCP Vault Radar, it's a cloud-hosted solution that helps security teams fight secret sprawl by discovering unmanaged secrets across their platform and repositories. So David, it would be great if you could talk me through what this end-to-end workflow would look like to get companies' secret sprawl under control.
Yeah, so at a high level, you need to detect those exposed secrets, obviously. But then you need to gather data about the secrets, and you need to create this inventory of your sprawl. And then after that, you need a way to easily hand off those findings to the dev team or repository owners who own them so they can remediate any issues. So to detect, HCP Vault Radar can scan data sources in the cloud and on premises like Git servers, Confluence, S3. It checks for over 300 types of patterns, plus checks to see if a secret's currently active. It's extremely accurate with low false positive rates and the ability to create customizable ignore rules. When gathering inventory, it also provides rich insights to help inform best next steps for triage and quick remediation. And by leveraging ABAC and RBAC capabilities, you can provide a smooth handover to those repo owners, giving them appropriate access to manage those repositories.
I think it's really an important point that developers can take away is preventing the problem from getting out of hand going forward. That's what you want to focus on. And so would you be able to show off a demo of how HCP Vault Radar works in action?
Absolutely, I can do that. So here I am logged into the HashiCorp Cloud Platform, and I'm going to select HCP Vault Radar from the dashboard. The first thing I see once I'm in is an overview dashboard with the latest scan results from all my managed data sources. The information's categorized and ranked based on level of risk. As an AppSec team member, I can quickly see where I might have issues. So if I go into settings, you'll see that Radar supports a large number of data sources. In addition to what you see here, you can connect to and scan other sources like Confluence, Amazon S3, Docker images, or even Terraform Cloud and Enterprise. So let me just quickly walk you through the steps that it would take to connect the new data source and perform that initial scan. So first, I'm going to enter an organization name, and I'm going to make a connection to GitHub Cloud here. And then I'll enter my personal token, and then I'll click to make that connection. Once my connection is configured, I can select individual repositories or scan all active repositories. In this case, I just have testbed 1 here, so I'll select that. And at this point, if I click Finish, then the scan's going to start, but I won't need to do that now as we're already connected to plenty of repositories and we have lots of data to work with. In addition to several GitHub repositories, you can also see that I'm managing a Confluence server. And unlike the GitHub Cloud repositories, my Confluence server is running on premises, so I chose to scan it using my command line interface. After scanning it, my results automatically upload to HCP Vault Radar's UI for a consolidated view. And here when I click on Events and Scanning Method, I can click CLI Scan and you can see those results. If I go up to the top and I click on that first event, I can also click through and go directly to the page in Confluence where I see that secret is exposed. Now, Vault can also be scanned to create a data reference from the secrets that are currently being stored there and compare it with your scan results to see if you have any unsecure secrets that are also in Vault. So if I expand the Managed and click on Managed by Vault, I can see that. And this allows me to remediate the problem if I find it. So obviously, I would remove the secret from Confluence and then rotate the one that's in Vault. The next important step that I need to take is my workflow needs to enable handoff to the right developer or repository owner. So by leveraging HCP group capability, which it's already in HCP, I can now apply the right permissions via ABAC and RBAC so that users I'm going to call repo owners can manage those secrets and deal with the results, and they'll only see the repositories that they're supposed to see. And since my world's best web app repository obviously needs some attention with critical alerts, I'm going to create a group and add repo owners from the dev team who will be responsible for managing that. So I'm going to jump over to the org level, and I'll go into Groups under Access Control, where I can see the users that have already been invited to join this org and accepted. So I then can add the appropriate users from that group from that list to my group when I create it. The next thing I'm going to click on Groups, and I'm going to create a new group, and I'm going to call it Team M, give it a description, and then all I need to do is click Create Group. And once I've done that, I see my next step is to add group members, and I'm going to add my 2 repo owners from my list of users that I saw. They're the ones that own World's Greatest Web App. Once that's done, I'm going to go to Projects, and I'm going to click on my Vault Radar demo project. And then I'll click Groups again under Access Control. And that allows me to add Team M to my Vault Radar demo project. Now at this point, I'm also going to select the appropriate role, which will be project contributor. This allows my repo owners to use HCP Vault Radar to manage only the repositories that they're responsible for. And once I've assigned that, I'll go back to the resources page, and I'm going to assign Team M there. So we're going to jump back into Vault, Resources, and then I can select World's Best Web App, and then Add Group from the upper right-hand corner, and then I'm going to choose Team M. Once I do that, now you're going to see Team M show up under that group column. So HCP Vault Radar also provides integrations to route events that are generated to messaging, ticketing, and incident management tools. For example, Slack integration gives you real-time notification when someone tries to commit code with an exposed secret. Let me show you how that works. To configure it, I'll first set up a secure connection with Slack. So I'll give it a name, and it's going to be Slack Integration Connection. Very creative. And then I'm going to put in my token for Slack. And once I've done that, I can click Test and Save, and that all worked. And then the next step is to create a subscription. So I'll also give it a name that makes sense. It'll be Slack Integration Subscription. The next thing I do is apply a filter to my alerts. So filters capture the events that are sent to the subscription, and you can use a default filter, or you can create custom filters on the events page. I'm just going to use a default one, and then once I've applied that filter, I'm going to give it the name of the Slack channel where I want my alerts to show up, which is going to be this name here, and then I'm going to click Test and Save, and everything worked. So once I have this configured, I'm all ready to go. So I'm going to jump over to my cat generator repository, and I'm going to introduce a new secret into code, and then I'm going to try to commit it. So I'll just go ahead and copy one that's already in here and put it in a line below. update the name so it's different. It'll be newerist. And then I'm going to click on Commit Changes. Now, I can just jump right over into Slack now, and I'm going to see my notification that was triggered by this event in the Vault Radar channel. And at the top, there's a link that you can click on, and that will take you into HCP Vault Radar and directly to the event that was generated. So you can see that right here. And if I go back into Slack, I'll show you another link down at the bottom of that message. That takes you directly to the line of code where that secret was introduced. So you can do that from Slack in addition to being able to do that directly within HCP Vault Radar. So another powerful sprawl prevention capability Radar provides is a pull request or PR check. When this is enabled, every pull request from monitored repositories is checked for exposed secrets. It's currently set to notify, but I can also set it to automatically block pull requests from being merged if an exposed secret is found, and I just did that there. So there's a lot more to show if we had more time, but this gives you an idea of what your end-to-end workflow can look like using HCP Vault Radar. And when you're trying to find and manage and prevent secret sprawl in your environments, it sure can be helpful.
Well, thank you so much for that great demo. It was actually really easy to follow, and it's great to see the capabilities of HCP Vault Radar. So for everyone out there that wants to try this out for themselves, get their hands on the product, you can actually submit a request to join the private beta by clicking the link on your screen. So once again, thanks, David, for covering HCP Vault Radar. It was great to have you.
My pleasure, Jordan. Thanks for inviting me.